Beautiful people, welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. It is no news again that Canada has changed the gears. What I mean here by Canada has changed the gears is the Canada government or Canadian immigration, they are now saying that international students cannot move again to Canada as before. So the number of visas that were given last year, there is going to be a reduction, and as it stands right now, information gets it as 360,000 visas will be approved this year. Now, this is going to be a very big issue for international students. And I have decided, in addition to this, there are a lot of other issues, like the issue of capping out spousal sponsorship. You are moving now with your spouse to Canada, right? As an international student going to study in a college, you cannot get spouse's open work permit. That's what I'm trying to say. And a lot of other things, even schools in British Columbia cannot, new schools, I beg your pardon, new schools in British Columbia cannot take international students again. And there are rumors that Ontario is also going to be dropping visa approval rates to like maybe 50% compared to previous years. Now, this is something that the government is not perfect. They are also just trying to arrange their country. I really don't blame anybody. But there are some key things here you need to know. There are countries with visa approval rates around the world. And I think it's important for you to know which country in the world has the highest visa approval rate, which country has the lowest. I'm going to start with countries in Asia. Asian countries have the highest visa approval rate. I really don't know why, but this is something that we may have to put into consideration. We have to think about this before we go for visa application, because otherwise it's going to be a problem. But however, you should note that Japan is the first country with the highest visa approval rate to Canada. Japan approval rate is 99%. So if you are a Japanese, I didn't say if you are a black living in Japan, or I didn't say if you are from Africa. Well, if you are from Africa living in Japan, your chances of getting a visa to Canada is somehow up there. But again, like I said, it will favor Japanese more. But if you're in Japan, trust me, you can get that visa very easily to move to Canada. Japan has 99% approval rate for visas to Canada. Then the second country is South Korea. South Korea has about 80%. Then the third country is Singapore. I'm bringing them according to the way it is. The fourth country is Philippines. Philippines has an approval rate of 64%. So it looks like it's possible for a lot of Filipinos to move to Canada. Now, this is what you need to know. If you take a look at these countries, they are all Asian countries. That is to tell you that approval rate for most people living Asia to Western world is very high. Now let's go to Latin America. Latin America, I'm going to focus on 3 countries. Now, one of them should be Chile. And remember, one of the richest countries in Latin America is Chile. A lot of people do not know about this. Yes, it is. Now, Mexico is the first country in Latin America with about 87% approval rate of Canada visas. So let me say visas to Canada. Mexico is the highest. Then followed by Chile. Then I think followed by Venezuela. Now let's go back to Africa. This is where my focus is, because I really want us to listen to this. If you look at these countries I'm going to list to you in Africa, look at their currency, look at their economy. They are somehow up there. And the first country in Africa is Swaziland. Swaziland has 63% approval rate. Remember, these rates I'm talking about are from 2020, 2021, 2022, in between. All right, it doesn't really fluctuate that much. But as of 2023, things are beginning to go down. All right, so you have to really put a lot of things into consideration. Look at their budget. Remember, proof of funds has been increased. Living cost has been increased, not proof of funds. Now, for you to really convince a visa officer that this is my money, this is where I get the money from, is going to be a daunting task. So you have to really figure a way out. First of all, who is even your sponsor? If you go and start telling people that it is a company sponsoring you, it's a friend sponsoring you, you are in serious problem. I have done this many times on YouTube, explaining the differences and which are the best ways to go about this proof of funds to study in Canada. So please do not make a mistake. I do not expect anybody to make a mistake. Now, the first country in Africa with 63% is Swaziland, followed by Lesotho. Lesotho has 60% approval rate of Canada study visas, while the third country on the list is the Republic of Botswana. Botswana has 56% approval rate. Now, if you look at Lesotho, if you look at Botswana, you will see that they have something in common. Yeah, these two countries have something in common. The fourth country now, Nigeria has 34%. Of course, I understand my Niger people. I know we are many, so definitely I do not expect the percentage to be up there. But of course, if you look at the first three countries, Swaziland, Lesotho, and Botswana, you will see, and even at a greater extent, Zimbabwe is also featuring here. Then Ghana is almost the last on the list, 18%. I don't want to talk about Cameroon and Central African Republic and the others. So guys, put all of this into consideration. Now that they have dropped the amount of visas, how many rates or what's the percentage? You will now need to think. That is why I have been advising people that people who came to me a few days or people who have just come to me for advice, I have said that do not focus more. Do not focus on this Canada. It is not the right time to focus. Putting all your eggs, putting everything. No, don't do it. This is not the time to do that for Canada. Guys, please take this advice and take it seriously. I just hope that everybody who is trying to get a visa to Canada gets the visa, because I know a lot of families go through so many things to make sure that their children succeed. And of course, if you succeed, I will be happy for you. I always want to see people succeed. All right, just a quick one. This person reached out to me with a question. I'm just going to read the question the way it came. Hello, Milton. Please, is Ielts a requirement for universities in Iceland and Denmark? Okay, excellent. Now, without wasting more time, let's just go straight to the video. Ielts is a requirement for universities in Iceland. I had a video, or there is a video I did on YouTube explaining why you should write Ielts and the various band scores you should try to get. If you are trying to target schools in Iceland, please try to get a band score of at least 6.5 and above. If you can get 7, that is excellent. But note that you cannot get admissions in schools in Iceland, or you cannot go in without uploading a copy of your Ielts. It's so sad that this country is not an English-speaking country, but you need Ielts as an international student. Don't say, I studied in Nigeria, I did this, I did. No, get your Ielts to be on the safe side. It's so important. Now, on the aspect of Denmark, Danish universities will only accept you if you have Ielts written. Most Danish universities, if you look at the University of Copenhagen, the University of Southeastern Denmark, the Technical University of Denmark, and I think there is another school, the University of Aarhus and the University of Aalborg. If you take a look at their band scores, you will see that these schools do not accept anything less than 6.5 or total, like the total band score, 6.5 or 9. So to be on the safe side, just write your Ielts, keep it, you use it. If you are applying to any school that is asking for it, you use it. If any other school is not asking for it, you keep it. But it's so important, very important for you to have this document. This is just my advice. Please take it. If you think it's important, do not forget to share this video and like the video as well, because it's going to help somebody somewhere. Guys, if this is your first time here, please do not forget to share our video. Also share this page so that a friend somewhere can equally benefit from the material we post here. So I want to clarify something. Someone was asking me yesterday about using the uncle's company's account to apply for a Canada study visa. She wants to apply for her study visa to Canada, and she was asking if she can actually use the company's account for her visa application. Look, if you have been watching my videos on YouTube, you would have heard me or hear me mention that it is not proper to use a company's account. The reason is very simple. Sometimes the visa officer would be wondering on what may happen if the company collapses after getting the visa. They would equally be like wondering what may happen if the owner of the company or the owners of the company withdrew their support or withdraws their support. Which one is the correct English? Take it anyways. Stop supporting your education. You understand? They would also be like, what if the person who owns the company use all the money in the account to purchase goods, and maybe at the end of the day you need money and there is no money available at that time for you? That is why proof of funds to study in Canada means that money needs to be readily available to you and accessible to you. Accessible means that it should be in a position where you can withdraw anytime you need, and available means that it should be there in case you need it at that point. And again, like I said, it is not proper to use a company's account. I saw someone trying to argue this fact yesterday. Until it is your turn, you are going to understand. She was like, okay, someone used it and got a visa, but someone is not you. You have to be careful. Visa is not about emotions. It is logic. You understand? Use logic and use the right documentation. Now, to those who equally ask me about the fact that they don't have money, can they use loans? Well, I can say loans are good, but you know, when it comes from our own local banks, it looks suspicious. So if you get a loan from international corporations like Empower, I would kindly say that it is paramount for you to use that loan. It is very important. It can help you. Okay. Meanwhile, we are going to be posting more videos on our YouTube channel, and please, I will encourage you to watch till the end, because there is a lot of my YouTube channel is like a gold mine. So please pay attention to my channel and do not forget to share my videos. It may help somebody. If you need a one-on-one call with me, if your situation is different, book a call with me and we are good to go. Today's video on YouTube would be about a university which is open in Europe. So stay by. Make sure you watch that video.